Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining the This is Public Health virtual mini fair. I'm Nick Mahoney, Senior Manager of Student Services for ASPPH, and I'll be moderating today's event. During the presentations, you can ask questions using the chat feature. We will save all questions for our general Q&A at the end of the formal presentations. And if you have any specific questions, feel free to ask those towards the end of this event in the breakout rooms. If you would like to see only people who have their videos on, you can hide non-video participants by clicking on this option. Here's a list of our schools that will be presenting. Each presenter will be presenting for 5 minutes. We have 8 presenters today, including the University at Albany, Boston University, St. Louis University, the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston, University of Iowa, University of Maryland, University of Miami, University of Pittsburgh. I now welcome our first presenter, University of Albany.
Great. So really glad to be here. My name is Caitlin Reed. I'm the Assistant Dean for Admissions and Student Affairs. And I'm here to tell you about the UAlbany School of Public Health, where we like to say that we provide defining experiences in public health. So the University at Albany is located in Albany. That's in upstate New York. We are in the capital of New York State. This provides you with access to government research and academic institutions, as well as diverse urban and rural populations. We offer both an on-campus and an online MPH, but we also offer MS, PhD, DRPH, and several graduate certificates. These degrees are offered within our 4 academic departments, which are biomedical sciences, epidemiology and biostatistics, environmental health sciences, and health policy management and behavior. We have a very strong focus on experiential learning through what we believe is the most extensive public health internship program in the nation. We have a very robust research portfolio, which provides you with many opportunities to engage in research. And as a state institution, we are one of the most affordable schools of public health in the nation. We were founded 36 years ago as a partnership with the New York State Department of Health. We're, in fact, the only school in a direct partnership. Others may sort of collaborate with the Department of Health, but this means that you have direct access to their databases, you get hands-on experience, and their DOH practitioners and research faculty are actually teaching, advising, mentoring, and employing our students. And this is in addition to our university faculty, all of whom are engaged in research and working in the field on a daily basis. We have a very diverse community. We have an undergraduate program, but within our graduate program, 22% of our students are underrepresented minority students, and 12% are actually international, and we have 34 countries represented in the student body. We have an excellent outcomes rate, so we have a strong placement in the field. So 97% of our MPH grads are either employed in the field of public health or pursuing further education, and 100% of our MS, PhD, and DRPH grads are employed. Our MPH degree, we offer both a traditional on-campus MPH. You can choose from one of 6 areas of concentration. We also offer a fully online part-time MPH in public health practice. We offer several dual degrees, social welfare, MD, JD. We do offer a fully online certificate in public health fundamentals. Some students choose to complete that first. You can transfer all credits to the MPH. And then we also offer several advanced graduate certificates that you can add on to your MPH or other degree if you're interested in having a second area of expertise. We have, we believe that our internship program is really quite unmatched. We require 720 hours of internship experience in 2 different work settings. And this really makes you a well-prepared graduate, very attractive for the workforce. Our relationship with the Department of Health provides you with a hands-on practice-based experience that you can apply to any work setting, but it also gives you the opportunity to network in the field. We do make internship opportunities available exclusively to our student body each semester in a variety of organizations, including health department, NGOs, international, with our alums. You can also craft your own internship. And many of our internships are funded, which cover the cost of tuition and fees, et cetera. And we have an internship director who works directly with you in both placements. We have a Center for Global Health so that if you are interested in international opportunities, once we get back to doing all of that, we can work with you to engage in various service learning programs or international internships. The cost of attendance for our program is, as I said, very reasonable. A New York State resident can complete the degree for less than $30,000. We have a differential tuition rate for our online program for non-residents, where it's a little cheaper, $565 versus $963 per credit. And so our MPH admission requirements are fairly standard, I'm sure, across programs. But regardless of what concentration, a semester of social science, you need a math class, you need some biology and chemistry for our more quantitative concentrations. And our minimum GPA is a 3.0 with our average is a 3.35. We do not require GREs. We do review applications holistically, so we'll take into consideration your trends through your undergraduate years, the courses appropriate for your concentration, the strength of your references, as well as your personal statement. We are primarily a fall enrolling program, and January 15th is the deadline for priority consideration for scholarships. The next deadline is March 1, and you'll still be considered for scholarships if they're available after that time. And then rolling until August 1 on a space available basis. Our on-campus program, we will admit for biomedical sciences and environmental health sciences for the spring. And our online MPH, we will admit fall, spring, and summer on a rolling basis. And I got through that pretty fast. So I really hope that you join me in my breakout room to learn more about our program and the internships and the career opportunities that we can provide. And next up is Boston University.
Great. Well, thank you, Nick. So my name is Bernie Backer. I'm the Director of Graduate Admissions at St. Louis University College for Public Health and Social Justice, which is a big mouthful there. But thanks for joining us. St. Louis U is a Jesuit university located in the heartland part of the country in St. Louis, Missouri, as you would guess. We are in a great metropolitan area of about 2.5 million population. And one of the distinguishing factors here that's of great interest to students is our wonderful cost of living. 2 years ago, LinkedIn named St. Louis the #1 city in the country based on, for young professionals, based on cost of living and job opportunities, that sort of thing. And a lot of that has to do with the dynamic health market here. One of our distinguishing features in the area is that St. Louis is home, has more health systems dollars flowing through it than any other major city in the country, including the big coastal cities. And that's because there's a disproportionately large number of healthcare systems with their headquarters here. But we also have big health departments in both the city and the county, all kinds of NGOs. So what that means in the tradition of a Jesuit education is that we're very fixed on not just what you learn in the classroom, but what you'll also do in the field. Our program director likes to say that 50% of what you're going to learn here is actually in the classroom. The other half is going to be out working with community partners and our faculties in the communities doing that. So it's a great dynamic. The other thing, we're kind of a mid-sized program. We enroll about 80 to 90 new MPH students every year. We had a little bit of a bump this year. I think probably everybody did because of all the COVID stuff. We accept students in both the fall and spring terms. But the other big defining feature before I go to the next slide is that we have a really good relationship with our students in terms of how we go about doing everything from mentoring you in your career to getting you into internships, that sort of thing. So when you come to SLU, the minute you get off the bus, you're going to be connected with a faculty mentor in your program area that will get to know you very much so on a first name basis and to help you, kind of figure out and discern the big picture and where you want to go. But then in addition to that, we have an extraordinary student success team made up of senior staff members, including program coordinators, internship coordinators, your own financial counselor, that sort of thing. So we're going to have a lot of people that kind of help guide you through the experience when you get here. In terms of the program options, we offer the full range of MPH programs, which you can see up here, everything from behavioral science and health education to one of the first biosecurity and disaster preparedness programs in the country, pre 9/11, in fact. That one's available both online and as a hybrid function. We offer a biostatistics program, both in the context of getting an MPH or a shorter version that's just an MS, but we also have epidemiology, global health. Our global health program is fantastic. The students love that one because you can go do your internship abroad in any of the continents around the globe. We don't limit you just to our partners. Like I said, we have that extraordinary student success team so that, you know, we can help you get to any place you want to go. We have that sort of expertise. We also have a terrific, in fact, one of the top health management policy programs in the country. We have a maternal and child health program that 2 years ago was designated by HRSA as a Center for Excellence in Maternal and Child Health Education. So that's a great program. We also offer a kind of a professional practice program that you can do either on campus or online. That's a really popular one with students that want to go into clinical kinds of professions, excuse me. And then we also offer a variety of different joint concentrations. The most common is you can pretty much combine any of these that I've just mentioned with epidemiology, but in global health, as you can see there, you can also combine that with things like maternal and child health, biosecurity and disaster preparedness, EPI, that sort of thing. So there's an abundance of different ways to combine programs and interests. We also have a full range of certificate programs out there, including an online public health certificate that's really popular with students that are thinking about going on to med school and need something to do with a gap year. But you can do some of these other certificates in conjunction with your MPH program. Most of the MPH concentrations include 9 elective hours, so you can actually use these certificate programs in your electives and then only have 2 more courses to go to have both credentials. We also offer great dual degree programs. You can get your MPH along with a law degree here at St. Louis U, and the Center for Health Law Studies at St. Louis U is the #1 health law program in the country. So you can do actually an MPH JD in health management and policy focus, or you can do an MHA if you're more interested in the health administration side with that program. We also have it with our medical school, with our School of Social Work, and with our School of Nutrition and Dietetics. For any international students out there, you can do any of our programs that include epidemiology or biostatistics are considered STEM Op3 programs. So that might be of interest to you there. In terms of how to afford this, and then I'll stop, we have a variety. We have great alumni and benefactors. The overwhelming, I should say, even vast majority of our students get tuition support of some kind. We're a private university, so tuition is generally a little more expensive, but the average tuition for the MPH program after scholarships is no more than $22,000 for students, based on a lot of these, and that's the minimum. So we do a lot better in a lot of cases. We also have a variety of graduate research assistantships and graduate assistantships that you'll be able to be considered for that involve working with faculty members. I mentioned St. Louis, the city of St. Louis, the metropolitan area being kind of health central with all the resources that we have here, and we're an older program, so we have a lot of alums working in those places. So there's ample opportunity to get part-time work in the area while you're here. And then we have, like I said, a student part of our student success team. You'll have a financial counselor if you need to take out loans. We have a lot of good people to help you kind of navigate that whole process. So with that said, I'll stop. There's my contact information. I hope to talk to some of you in the breakout room, but if not, just take that down and we can touch bases another day maybe. Next up is Elvis. Elvis, you have to excuse me, I think it's Parada, is that how you say it, or Parada, from the University of Texas Health Sciences Center in Houston.
Thanks, Bernie. All right, let's try to share the screen. Let's do... Oh my gosh, what is wrong with this? second. What is wrong with this? All right, we might. Okay, let's try this again.
Are you locked out of your screen? That's happened to me a few times, Elvis. Do you want us to move on and you can
Yeah, go
log out
ahead and
come
go to
back in?
Iowa.
Okay, Iowa,
Sorry.
Lexi.
Okay, I'm up. Let me give it a whirl then. All right, I think, are you seeing the right screen, Nick? Can you give me a yes
Yeah,
or no?
looks great.
Okay, perfect. Great. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Lexi Jess. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions and Recruitment for the University of Iowa College of Public Health. So Iowa City, need to talk a little bit about where Iowa is. You can see it's highlighted there on the map. We're right in the middle of the country. Iowa City is a very diverse college town. We are located about 4 hours from all of the major Midwest cities, Chicago, Minneapolis, Omaha, St. Louis. So right in the middle of it all, lots of opportunities for students. And you can also fly in to Iowa City to the Eastern Iowa Airport. And so that's an option for you all as well. While I would love for you to all come and visit our campus, I think people, once they're here, they see how great it is. I know that that's not feasible for everyone. So I do invite you to take a look at our campus on a self-guided tour of campus, as well as check out Iowa City on the Think Iowa City page that will give you some insider information about Iowa City and the University of Iowa campus. I also invite you to reach out to me, and I'll share my contact information at the end if you'd like to meet with a current student to discuss what life is like in Iowa City, what life is like as a grad student. Please reach out anytime if you have a desire to hear from a current student as well. Some quick facts about our institution. We are about 600 students within our College of Public Health. That is our undergrad and grad programs combined. The University of Iowa as a whole is about 30,000 students. We're a Big Ten institution. We're also a R1 research institution. Last year, fiscal year 2021, we brought in $44 million in funding. Our faculty are doing some pretty awesome things in the field of public health across the board. And that equates to a lot of student opportunities, lots of funding for our students to get involved with that research and those projects that they are doing. So those financial assistantships or financial assistance comes in the form of scholarships, teaching and research assistantships. With those research assistantships, those are extremely important for our out-of-state students to obtain because they lower your tuition from out-of-state to in-state. And so that becomes a very, very affordable tuition for everybody. In fact, both our resident and non-resident tuition is classified as a Best Buy, and we've been a Best Buy for 16 straight years. That's really important because we're also a top 20 school of public health. And so because you get that world-class education for an affordable cost, that makes us very unique and definitely something to check out. So what sets us apart? Like many schools, you hear a lot of the same words, low student to faculty ratio, that type of thing. That means you're going to develop really close connections with faculty, both faculty advisors, faculty that are teaching you in the classes, and faculty outside of your program of study, which is really cool. I already talked about our faculty members. I encourage you to do a deep dive on our website to see what our faculty members are doing, what research they're involved in. I think you'll be surprised at what all is happening here. At our institution, we also have a College of Medicine, a College of Pharmacy, a College of Dentistry, and a College of Law. So there's a lot of interdisciplinary collaborations, not only with those colleges, but also with our liberal arts colleagues, within psychology, within anthropology, within women's health. So a lot of different interesting things happening with our faculty members that go beyond public health. We have, I think the thing that sets us the most apart, perhaps, would be the opportunities for our students. In fact, we just sent 25 MPH students to the American Public Health Association meeting last week in Denver. They were fully funded to attend. That's a big deal. We definitely encourage professional development, and I think that's reflected in the funding that we offer students to attend those types of meetings. We also have a really strong alumni base. Our alum are very loyal to the University of Iowa, and they really want to work closely with students in public health. What we offer here is sort of run of the mill. We're a fully accredited school of public health. We have the MPH and MHA degrees as our professional degrees, our professional options. Schools call them a little different names, but essentially we have the ability to get an MPH in any of the 5 core areas. Here at Iowa, we weave global health throughout, as well as health policy throughout our curriculum. And so you're exposed to a lot of different opportunities, and our students are able to do applied practice experiences or practicum, whatever you want to call them, in an international setting or a domestic setting. They're obtaining the skill set to do either. We have a lot of combined degrees, official combined degrees with those health science partners. We also have the option to do unofficial combined degrees within our Master of Public Health program. So if you're interested in getting a PhD in psychology, for example, you can always tack on the MPH degree. Our Master of Health Administration program is ranked 8th in the country. It has a great reputation and a great curriculum. We have an executive MHA as well. And then of course, our academic degree options within the MS and PhD programs, same thing, those 5 core areas. Within our occupational environmental, you can imagine here in Iowa, we have a great egg safety and health program, as well as an industrial hygiene, fully funded industrial hygiene MS program. PhD options are more of the same. How to apply, this is pretty similar. What I would encourage you to do here though is check out every school's website for specific requirements. We, for example, ask you to answer a series of questions in your personal statement. Those are unique to our school. So you will need to become familiar with all the school's application requirements in that way. We do not require a GRE across the board in any of our programs. Know that if you're applying to the MPH or the MS or the PhD or the MHA, there are different deadlines within our school, within other schools. So be really, diligent on looking at the application deadlines, as well as the specific requirements for each school. I do have our link on how to apply, but certainly you can find that on our website. The last slide that I have is just inviting you to connect with us. My contact information is at the bottom. For general admissions questions, we do have somebody who answers those on a very quick turnaround. That CPH admissions at UIA email address. And then we also have recruitment events that you are invited to participate in that are listed on our website. Social media, check us out. You can learn more, obviously, on social media. We have an award-winning student-run podcast. It's called From the Front Row. Wonderful podcast, really great students leading that, and some really important topics in public health being discussed. So please connect with us at any time. I look forward to talking with you in the breakouts. And the next school is the University of Maryland.
Excellent. Thank you, Lexi. Slides okay? All right, my name is Stephen Roth. I'm from the University of Maryland. I'm Associate Dean for Academic and Faculty Affairs. The University of Maryland is located at the College Park campus, which is the flagship university within the university system of Maryland. Got about 40,000 total students, kind of the traditional major research hub, R1 university within the state. The School of Public Health sits within this campus. We've been accredited for several years now. We were proud to receive a top 10 ranking of public schools of public health in the last US News ranking report. We're actually very proud of the diverse student body. We have a majority of our graduate and undergraduate students are students of color in our programs. 25% of our undergraduates are first generation. We have students from across the United States and from across the globe participating in over 25 academic programs. And as I mentioned, we are CEF accredited. I want to do a quick overview of our degree programs and then come into some of the specific aspects about what makes Maryland School of Public Health an excellent place to pursue an education. So we have the MPH and MHA degrees, as most schools do. We have a variety of concentrations to choose from across the breadth of public health, behavioral and community health, biostatistics, epidemiology, environmental health sciences, health equity, one of the few health equity MPHs in the country, health policy analysis and evaluation, physical activity, also a unique concentration across the country, public health practice and policy, and our newest in healthcare management. We have other master's degrees as well. We have an MS in couple and family therapy, a research-based master's in environmental health science, and then kinesiology. We have a dual degree with our community planning program in the School of Architecture on campus, and we have certificate programs in health data analysis and global health. Finally, we have doctoral programs, again, across the breadth of public health, behavioral and community health, epidemiology, health services research, maternal and child health, kinesiology, family sciences, and then a joint program with mathematics in biostatistics and bioinformatics. What makes Maryland unique is effectively an unfair advantage that we have being located right outside of the nation's capital, Washington, D.C. We are technically in suburban Maryland, but we are in the center of the nation's capital activities. Students have access to a range of federal agencies, international NGOs, nonprofits, for-profits, military, in addition to the traditional state and local and regional health agencies. This is a smattering of the different locations that our students have interned or performed research over the last few years. And so not only does Maryland have relatively small graduate programs where students get to know faculty, they get to feel that sense of community, even at a large program, they have the advantage of our location being next to so many unique areas for career advancement. Our most recent commencement data show a 96% placement rate for our MPH and other master's grads, with 95% employed and 96% employment rate for our PhD graduates. Our graduates are working across the areas in public health, from academic institutions to federal institutions, healthcare organizations, state and local government, NGOs, for-profit, and other organizations. Many of our MPH students transition into work experiences from their internships. And again, our location provides very unique opportunities for quality internships. A quick overview of our admissions process. We take a holistic approach to admissions. We have waived the GRE or made it optional for all of our MPH programs and most of our other programs. We also use the SOFIS system. And as Lexi from Iowa mentioned, we're going to have some unique requirements. Be sure to study those on the SOFIS and the University of Maryland websites. We can talk through all of the application materials within the breakout, and we encourage international students to apply as well. I'm going to put our contact information here in the chat. We have a great graduate student services team with Britt Sachs-Fig and Lana Duarte. Our email address is there, and we look forward to chatting with you in the breakout. It's been a pleasure. I will now turn it over to the University of Miami.
Perfect. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Perfect. Is the setting okay?
It is showing your view, so you just need to share the other one. Looks great now.
Alrighty, thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Janelle Solis, and I'm the Associate Director of Admissions here at the University of Miami, the Department of Public Health Sciences. Today, I'm going to do a quick overview of our programs, our curriculum, our career outcomes, as well as admissions at a glance. So these are the 17 graduate programs that we have to offer. The most common paths are the MPH and the MSPH options. And so we're going to go ahead and discuss those a little bit further in detail. But I did want to highlight that we also have a Master of Science in Biostatistics, Climate and Health, Prevention Science and Community Health. And we also have some joint degrees, and then 3 doctoral degrees in Biostatistics, Epidemiology, and Prevention Science and Community Health. So some quick facts about the MPH, MSPH programs. Both are 45 credits. It's fully accredited by the Council of Education for Public Health. Scholarships are available for all our programs. We have small class sizes, so 3:1 is the average student ratio, and 62,000 is the average salary for our graduates after 6 months of graduation. And we rank number 4 in NIH funding in the university. And ultimately, what that means for you is that there's going to be numerous opportunities for our students to collaborate and work on various research projects with our faculty. In terms of our curriculum, we are designed to be flexible and allow students to focus on an area of interest through our grouped electives and innovative learning spaces. So students can broaden their experiences with either a capstone or thesis, which is over here. And with that, the capstone and thesis are similar in the nature that they're designed, but there is some distinguishment. So ultimately, when selecting a program, I always ask students to reflect and think about the type of product that they want to produce during their time as a graduate students, and that might help in distinguishing which programs to apply to. In terms of the experiences, students have done these type of projects in over 45 countries. So you're able to do it locally, domestically, or internationally, and there is financial support for that. In terms of our outcomes, our students are career ready with over a 96% placement rate. On the left, you'll find our top employers, which include the CDC, the Children's Trust, Florida Department of Health, and of course, the University of Miami and UTHealth. We love to recruit our graduates. We also recognize that we do have the high population level of students that are interested in medical school. So we do host workshops throughout each semester, which includes like panels of different medical school directors. And I think that has alluded to our success in medical education and students' applications for that avenue. In terms of next steps, I'm going to briefly go over this and then I could elaborate further in the breakout room. But these are our deadlines. Our spring is quickly approaching. So if you're interested in starting in 2022, that is December 15th. And then our doctoral programs, 2 are on the 1st. So if either of these interest you, I'm more than happy, like I said, to discuss further in the breakout room. Our application is on SOFAs like many other schools, and these are all the items that are required. We no longer require the GRE for the majority of our master's programs, excluding climate and health, and it is required for 2 of our doctoral programs as well. For international applications, just know that we do require the TOEFL or IELTS, and we are STEM classified. So that does allow OPT training for 3 years after students graduate. And lastly, I just want to close with funding opportunities available. So we do have tuition scholarship, travel awards, awards for conferences, capstone, thesis. So as I mentioned earlier, if you want to travel or anything like that, you could submit a request. We also have GA, RA, and TA positions that you can apply to on your very first day as a student, and actually before, once you receive admission. And we offer support for the CPH exam. And those that are admitted to the PhD program receive a full tuition scholarship, stipend, and health insurance benefits. And so with that, I would like to thank you for taking your time to be with us today. I'm going to pass it on to the University of Pittsburgh.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Nancy Glynn, an associate professor and director of the master's degree programs in the Department of Epidemiology. And it's my pleasure today to represent Pitt Public Health. I wanted to set the stage by first sharing a picture of our beautiful state-of-the-art academic and research laboratory building that's located in the heart of our safe urban suburban University of Pittsburgh campus in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And for those that so we're kind of in the Northeast. We're the furthest west, almost in Ohio. We're in the western part of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, about 4 hours from Philadelphia. And if you drive like me, less than 6 to New York City. We are one of 6 health sciences schools and share a neighborhood with a renowned women's hospital, cancer center, children's hospital, and behavioral health hospital, just to name a few. Pitt Public Health is in the top 5 of National Institutes of Health funding, which for our students translates into research opportunities via student jobs and other practicum and research opportunities. I'm often asked what makes Pitt Public Health special, and in my opinion, it's our school's sense of community. We have talented, engaged, committed, and collegial student body that forges long-term connections with classmates, faculty, and our city. Our faculty is committed to quality instruction, strong mentorship, and cutting-edge research. Our close proximity to area hospitals and health systems, the headquarters for 2 health insurance plans, a large county health department, research organizations, and industry provide real-world experiences for internships, practicums, and residencies. Lastly, our students are supremely prepared for the public health workforce and frequently connect with our vast alumni for mentorship and to network for internships and jobs. In fact, our most recent alumni survey revealed that our graduates work in 64 countries around the world. Pitt Public Health has 7 departments, each offering some combination of Masters of Public Health, specialized Master of Science programs, Master of Health Administration, and PhD programs, and all of our programs are in person. If you're torn between 2 programs, don't worry. There's considerable cross-collaboration between departments, and we also have several joint programs that you can apply to, including a JD, MPH, MBA, MHA, and MSW, MPH, to name a few. Applications for our programs are submitted through SOFIS, like many of the other schools, and minimally require a personal statement, 3 letters of recommendation, official transcripts from all schools attended, and WES evaluations for all education outside of the US. This application cycle, GREs, are optional for all our programs listed on the previous slide. We abide and really take seriously the holistic review process. If you're interested in joining us in fall 2022, school-wide applications are due by January 15th, except as noted on this slide. We will soon announce the date for Accepted Applicants Day, typically held in mid to late March. We are committed to help our students financially. Doctoral student funding is largely determined by departments, so accepted PhD applicants should reach out directly to department leadership. For master's students, last year we awarded more than $2 million in scholarship and financial aid, and we will be continuing this program for fall 2022 accepted applicants. Aid comes from a combination of school and department awards that are offered in a timely manner after program acceptance through correspondence with the accepted department. In closing, I want to invite you to join us this Friday, November 5th, for our school-wide virtual open house. But in the meantime, or if you can't join us, feel free to reach out to our admissions team via the email listed on the slide. My email is also listed as well, and I'm happy, if you're interested in epidemiology or not, I'm happy to serve as the concierge and help and introduce you to any key people in the department that you're interested in. And lastly, I'm excited to speak with you in our breakout room following this program. So thank you for your time, and I wish you the best in choosing your Graduate School of Public Health fit. I believe I'm turning it over back to Boston University. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to share my screen. Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Logan. I'm one of the Assistant Directors of Admissions for BU School of Public Health here in Boston. Our School of Public Health offers several degrees. We have our traditional MPH. We have our MS degrees. We have an online executive MPH. We have 3 PhDs, and we have our DRPH program. If you're interested in the PhDs or the DRPH, please reach out to me separately. as those are very much determined by the department. So I would love to give you the correct referral and information for those. First, I'm going to jump into our MPH. Our MPH is an interdisciplinary degree. We do not have any academic prerequisites for the program, and we really do appreciate students from all different backgrounds coming in to study public health. So with that, we have our integrated core at the beginning of the program, which covers quantitative methods in public health, individual, community, and population health, health systems, policy and law, and leadership and management in public health. So really giving you those core concepts before you go into the next stage of the program. Which are our certificates. We offer 16 interdisciplinary certificates divided in half. So we have our functional certificates and our context certificates. The functional certificate is like your major within the program. So every student selects one of those. And then our context certificate is an optional minor in a sense. Beyond the certificate coursework, we have a 240-hour practicum that can be completed in Boston, nationally or internationally. We do not have a direct placement program, but we have a very robust career and practicum office who have a plethora of historic knowledge about where our students have done their practicum before and really work with you to help you get set up in an experience that works best for you as an individual student. And they also offer career prep modules throughout the program. At the end of the program, we have our integrated learning experience, which is kind of like your capstone. And it really allows you to work with your advisor and produce a piece of academic writing that you can use with you as you advance into your proper career as a public health professional. As I was mentioning, our certificates are interdisciplinary. So our functionals, which everyone must choose, are community assessment, program design, implementation and evaluation, environmental health, epidemiology and biostatistics, global health program design, monitoring and evaluation, health communication and promotion, health policy and law, healthcare management, and program management. Our contexts are chronic and non-communicable diseases, global health, human rights and social justice, infectious disease, maternal and child health, mental health and substance abuse, pharmaceutical development, delivery and access, and sex, sexuality, and gender. So as our program is interdisciplinary, students come into the program completely undetermined and then declare what their certificates are once they're in the core courses. So you can select anything from this list and you can mix and match anything from this list, even if it is interdepartmental, to really allow you to specialize your MPH and tailor to what your plans are professionally and what your interests are after the program. In addition to our traditional MPH, we offer dual degree programs with our School of Law, with Question School of Business, with the School of Medicine, and then with social work as well. So you can earn any one of those 4 dual degrees in an expedited amount of time with our MPH. Again, to really specialize your degree to what you're looking to do. Next up, we have our specialized master's programs. We have an MS in Applied Biostatistics and an MS in Population Health Research. These programs do have academic prerequisites just because with the 1-year time frame of the programs, you really hit the ground running. So we really want to make sure that you're set up for success in the programs. In the MS Applied Biostatistics, you gather and analyze data to design research studies with a strong grounding in statistical methods. And this also has a 100-hour research rotation and a 400-hour internship or practical training. For our MS in Population Health Research, it is broken down into several specializations, so kind of like sub-degrees within the umbrella degree, and that is climate and health, epidemiology, global health, and translation and implementation science. You'll also see we have the custom option, which kind of allows you to work with your advisor in the program to define what your MS will be in. So really customizable, really individualized to you. What we are offering does not perfectly align with what you're looking to do. And then the results of our MS-PHR allow you to develop a scientific hypothesis, design a research study, and then communicate those results in technical and non-technical terms to potential stakeholders. So in regards to our MS degrees and our MPH degrees, you'll really see that we're very much about the practical application of public health and really setting you up to jump into the field, doing what you're interested in doing, and really being that change in the world. For our application process, like many other schools, we use SOPHIS, the Common Application Platform. So in addition to the SOPHIS application, we require your official transcripts, a personal statement, 3 letters of recommendation, and your current resume or CV. We are completely GRE blind for all of our programs, MS, PhD, DRPH included, and we have been for about 6 years now. In addition to those materials, we have our supplemental application, which we send you once we receive your application from SOFIS. And then for international applicants, we also require TOEFL scores and WES transcript evaluations. And if you have specific questions about any of those, I'm happy to jump into that in the breakout rooms. Our application deadlines, we enroll for the MPH for both spring and fall. So we're still actively accepting applications for spring 2022. The final deadline for that is January 1st. Shortly after that, you'll see we jump into fall enrollment for our MS and MPH programs. Our priority deadline is January 15th. Our international deadline is April 1st, and our final deadline is June 1st. And wrapping up, here's our contact information. You can get more information from our website or email ask.sph@bu.edu. As with many other schools, we have many offerings that are being offered virtual. It's also our 45th anniversary year as a school. So if you go to bu.edu/sph, we have a number of speaker series and panels that you're welcome to take part of as prospective community members of SPH. And then my email address is tclogan@bu.edu. And I'm very much looking forward to speaking with you more as you proceed through the process. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Elvis from University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston.
Thanks, Terrence, and I apologize for the earlier technical difficulties. All right, let's try this again. Can you guys see this okay?
Looks great.
All right, perfect, thank you. My name is Elvis Parada. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions and Student Services here at the University of Texas Health Science Center at Houston, also known as UTHealth School of Public Health. Let's see. So our vision is health without boundaries, and our mission is changing the culture of health through excellence in graduate education, research, and engagement. We do have 6 campuses across the great state of Texas in 2 different time zones. So we have our Houston campus that's located in the medical center, our Dallas campus, our Austin campus, our San Antonio campus, our Brownsville campus, and then El Paso that has mountain time, and the rest of our campuses are central time. So it's an interesting combination. Quick overview, we opened in 1969, so we have celebrated over 50 years of being in existence. We are the first school of public health in Texas. And like I mentioned before, we do have those 6 campuses across the great state of Texas that really feeds the population and community needs, along with the research needs in those areas. We do have experience working with communities across the state, nation, and the world. We have approximately 16 research centers that we work closely with across all of our campuses, and we are SEEP and SACS accredited. Our healthcare management program is also CAMI accredited. We do have 4 departments that we prioritize in: biostatistics and data science, where we offer an MS and a PhD, epidemiology, human genetics, and environmental sciences. They offer both an MPH and a PhD program. Health promotion and behavioral science, we offer an MPH, PhD, and a DRPH program. And then management, policy, and community health, where we offer an MPH, PhD, and DRPH program as well. We have 17 graduate and non-degree seeking certificates for those that are not sure if they want to step into the realm of public health or maybe kind of get their feet wet. So we do have a variety of options for you guys, but we also have 17 graduate degree seeking certificates. So as you enter into the master's or doctoral program, if you want to add a degree seeking certificate, you're more than welcome to do so. We do have partnerships all across the great state of Texas. So we do offer 18 dual degree programs at this time and more to come. And then we have 9 accelerated master's programs where we partner with undergraduate institutions where you complete our general public health certificate your last year as an undergrad. This is just kind of an overview of where we offer these degrees. As you can see, we offer 1 Master's of Science in Biostatistics. We have 8 areas in the Master's of Public Health, ranging from a customized MPH to a health promotion, epidemiology, healthcare management, and so forth. We offer a PhD, and we have 7 areas of interest, including environmental sciences, an environmental disease track, and a total worker health track. We have a health economics, health services, and a healthcare management, health policy, and so forth. And then we offer 2 different DRPH programs in community health practice and health promotion and health education. This is a list of all of our 18 dual degree programs. As you can see, we do have a variety in regards to DDS MPH and MD MPH, a PharmD MPH. You name it, we probably have it, or it's in the pipeline to be constructed. This is a list of all of our certificate programs, both non-degree and degree-seeking certificates. So you can add a certificate in regards to genomics and bioinformatics, public health informatics, public health law research, global health, health disparities, and so forth. Our program modalities, all of our MPH, MS, DRPH, and PhD programs are offered face-to-face or hybrid, where you can take some courses online, but you will have to complete the majority of your coursework face-to-face on campus in the city that you were admitted to. We only offer 3 fully online MPH programs, one in epidemiology, healthcare management, which is a cohort style and has very specific requirements on being admitted to that fully online program, and then an MPH in health promotion and behavioral sciences. And then all of our certificate and non-degree programs are offered face-to-face, hybrid, and some are fully pledged 100% online. This is a list of our deadlines. We just closed off our spring deadline for our master's program. That was October the 1st, but our priority scholarship consideration deadline for fall application is December the 1st. Our final deadline is April the 1st. And then we do admit 3 times a year for our non-degree certificate applications for fall, summer, and spring. Our tuition, where our UTHealth School of Public Health has among the lowest tuition fees among accredited schools of public health in the US. As you can see, this is per credit hour. For this academic year, it's $272 for resident tuition and $1,051 for non-resident tuition. We do offer a variety of new student scholarships. When you submit your SOPIS application, you can be considered for new student scholarship. Our endowed scholarships are available to current students as well. And we do offer GA, GRA, or TA positions to incoming degree-seeking students. One thing to note, if you are awarded a new student scholarship of $1,000 or more, or a GA, GRA, TA position that meets specific requirements, you may be eligible for in-state resident tuition, which is a large amount of savings for that first academic year. This is a quick overview of our requirements in regards to our degree-seeking requirements and our non-degree seeking requirements. We only require a SOPIS application for our degree-seeking requirements, a minimum of 3 letters of recommendation, a statement of purpose. We are waiving the GRE for the degree-seeking program at this time for fall 2022. Why you should pick UTHealth? We're world-class education. We're cost-efficient in our program. We're top 25 schools of public health, according to U.S. News World's report. We have a diverse student population, and we're 13th in federal research funding among schools of public health. That's my contact information or our admissions office. If you're not following us yet, feel free to do so on our social media. We do have LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, which is a great way to stay connected, see what our faculty and students are doing as well. And I'll pass it over to Nick.
Thank you so much, everybody, for presenting today. We really appreciate it. We have time for one question, and then we'll enter the breakout rooms. So if our presenters could turn on their cameras, we'll ask a quick question. And for anyone who is in attendance today, feel free to ask your questions in the breakout rooms and jump around and get a chance to speak with all our schools. But a general question I would just ask for the speakers, and feel free anyone to speak up, is what is one piece of advice you would have for a future public health graduate student?
I guess I'll jump in first. How I like to usually advise prospective graduate students looking to us for a school is get to know us non-academically as well. So get to know the school, get to know the culture, the faculty, and the resources available to you, because you'll be with us for 16 months to 2 years. So you really want to make sure that it's going to be a place where you're feeling comfortable, and a place where you're going to really excel and be able to step into yourself as a professional public health practitioner.
Would just add on to what Terrence has said, to speak with current students and former students as part of the programs. Any of the graduate program directors that you speak with at any of the schools would have recommendations for recent graduates and current students who are willing to talk with you. We just launched an ambassadors program here at the University of Maryland to provide access to students who are in these programs and can give you some of the advice and insights that Terrence just mentioned.
I'll add too, don't overlook the personal statement. Oftentimes, students are finding that they save that for last and maybe rush through that to submit it. And I would say that that's one of the most important pieces of the application. And so really that's where a lot of our programs, and I think on this call, a lot of the schools, we don't always interview for the Master of Public Health, for example, or even the Master of Science. And so that really is our glimpse into you. And so writing a compelling statement, talking about why public health, why the area you're applying to, what your career goals are, that type of thing. It's a really important part of the application.
And just to add on to Lexi, you have the opportunity to write the letter, to write your personal statement, but we're all accessible. So reach out to us. You can have informal conversations like you are here today. So come to the breakout, make yourself known, and it is a way to show demonstrated interest. And I think that that's an important piece too. You get a chance to get to know who you are as well.
I'd like to just kind of add on to what the others have said about reaching out and connecting. That's a big difference when you're going to grad school. When you were applying at the undergrad level, tended to be applying more to the university. Well, now you're kind of honing in on a department and a specific program. So I think you can get some really good, valuable information that way, including discernment. So a lot of times, this is a big field. As you've seen with all these programs today, there's many different options and combinations of options. So seek out that help if you're in the discernment process. Get help figuring out what kind of work you want to do, and a lot of us can help you figure out things that you might not even have thought about. So don't be bashful.
I would say one of the things that I would recommend is make sure that you're a good fit for this school. Make sure that the environment fits you. Especially if you're going to be investing time, money. You want to make sure that the city that you're going to be in, it's welcoming and what you're looking for the long run, and that of course that you have that support system from faculty, staff, and other students throughout your program as well. So that's something to kind of consider.
Great, thank you, everybody.
I think,
go ahead. Yeah.
The only item that I was gonna add is don't underestimate social media. I know for us, we utilize that platform a lot to connect with our students and prospective applicants. So for schools that you may be interested, I would also encourage you to follow them and to just look at that also, because it is a good platform and a good way to connect.
Great, thank you. All right, I'm just going to share a few more things with everybody before we open up the breakout rooms. Hopefully you can all see my PowerPoint. We have a few more events coming up. This is our second to last virtual mini fair. We have another one on the 10th, and then we have a big fair with 75 schools and programs on the 17th, and that is powered by Career Eco. You can find all of this information on thisispublichealth.org/events. Also, we do have helpful social media posts that we are always posting, and our ambassadors are taking over each week. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at This Is Public Health, and on Twitter at TIPH Tweets. Lastly, and I will put these links in the chat, each school has scholarship opportunities listed on their website, but we also have a database on our website called Finance Your Degree. We have an academic program finder where you can figure out what's the best fit for you and see what an application deadlines are. And then we also have a downloadable public health graduate school viewbook. And again, I will put all of these links in the chat. We thank all of our presenters today. We will now open up the breakout rooms. You're going to be able to self-select your own breakout room. So if you are having any issues, stay in the main room and we will put you in one. And here they go. So again, if anyone has any issues self-selecting their own breakout room, let us know. And thanks again for everybody participating today. We really appreciate it.